Akash Inti, the real reflection of you. I just finished up an event with Bits, Hollywood, Kelvin, Eric Von Sydow, also known as Hypnotica, and Arash Sapar. Motherfucking D-Bazaar. The event entitled Hypnotic Identity. And one of the things that really just coming out of the event, it was a 3-day event or 2-day event, Saturday, Sunday. Man, just re-recognizing the identities of myself, the ones that I've created in the past, the ones that I've erased. I would say not erased, but decided to rewrite, right? One of the big things that I learned from the event in and of itself was understanding what is identity, right? And you'd be like, oh my goodness, dude, how do you not know what identity is? It's like your name, or it's like your gender, it's like your race, it's like your nationality, it's like all of these things, or it's like the communities that you're a part of. There's so many different components to identity. And as I'm walking around right now, I'm noticing that I'm pacing, which is kind of funny. I'm going to stop that right now. What I learned from it, though, and I'm sharing this because, again, these are reflections to myself. These are moments for me to reflect on my own experience. Was how some of the identities that I held are archaic, that they no longer exist. They no longer serve me. And that's something that I've heard, like, let go of what no longer serves you. For the longest time, I had no idea what that meant. Let go of what longer serves you. Thank you for nothing, right? But I'm realizing more and more the things that don't serve me are the activities, the habits, the identities that I once in the past identified with that don't serve me. They don't help me in any way. I'm grateful for experiencing them. I'm grateful for the journey that they brought me to right now in this moment. Yet at the same time, they're ready to be gone. And that how identity is something that we choose however we want, right? Like, I can choose to associate internally whoever I want to be. I don't have to be the people that I chose to be in the past because of circumstances around me, because I didn't have prior references of alternate identities, or the references that I did have were weak or useless, inefficient, ineffective, and some of them, in truth, were pretty good. I ended up, a lot of people who know me from my past know me as a highly intelligent individual, which I am. It's an identity I've decided. Yet at the same time, that's not the only identity I possess. It's not the only identity I choose, and in every moment I can choose a new identity. That's the beauty of identity, is that this is one of the things I learned from the weekend, is that it's not static. It's not set in stone and like, that's it. This identity for the rest of your life. You could never change it. No, that's so false. That's such a false idea. A lot of people buy into that idea. And if they buy into that idea, they buy into that idea. You can choose to buy into whatever you want to. No one's forcing you. There's no gun to your head. Buy into this idea or not. No one's saying that. It's open, It's free. We have freedom. Identity is a dynamic from what I've learned, and it's constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. In every moment, we have the ability to choose our identity. What identity do we choose? And that's the beauty of it, from what I found. And there's so much more that I can't even begin to dive into, because it was just such a rich event. But these were a couple things that I took away. I appreciate these times of looking back into who did I choose to be in the past, and rewriting those old stories, rewriting the old identities that I chose, deciding even now the identities that I chose in the past and how I can rewrite over them, how I can edit them, how I am the writer of my own story, the director of my own film, the lead actor in my own life. And every single moment of mine that I've chosen to date reflects this. I've been to some wild places, truly. Wilder than you could even imagine. Wilder than you could even imagine from what you know of me. From those of you who know me, you know I've seen some interesting places along my journey. And yet, it's just the beginning. Keep up, thrive, and stay sexy.